Just because you're a videographer, don't think that this doesn't apply to you. By the end of this video, you're going to know how to better market your services and actually get impactful results. Plus, you're also going to be able to convert more potential clients into using your services because you know exactly what they're looking for. So right away, I want to show you some examples of how this is actually going to work. So you can see this website here. I've picked a kitchen company for this purpose because although you're videographers and we're talking about marketing your services, it's easier to understand it from a client's perspective and then implement that yourself. So between the two, I'm going to be talking about kind of a client's perspective plus you guys implementing it yourself. So instantly, what do you think when you land on this website? What's your initial thoughts? It looks nice. It looks cool, modern, futuristic. It looks like they do high-end kitchens. You can feel like you have a kitchen like that. That's really important. Now, in comparison, let's go to another website like this. Much more static, more flat. It's just got photos, and I'm going to dive into a bit of detail in this in a second. They do have a video, but if you hover over it, it's a link directly from YouTube. Upload this stuff to Vimeo, hide all this other stuff around here so it looks like it's uploaded natively. And I'll talk to you why that's important in a minute. And then finally, if we have a look at a couple of other ones, they all do kitchens, but it just doesn't seem to have the same impact. Now, it will be led by their budgets, but again, if you look at this one, it just looks like kind of an iPhone photo. I mean, who are you going to embark in a conversation with out of these kitchen companies? You're probably going to have a look at these ones. Even though you know they're probably going to be expensive, it looks like the best quality. Now think about that in your own services as well, the content that you're putting out there. And I'm going to break this down into the think, feel, do strategy. So with think, feel, and do, before we even do the part of marketing, which is actually putting the videos out there, putting the marketing material there, we need to have the strategy and planning in place. And this is the bit that the clients are actually looking for rather than just the video. They think they need the video, but actually what they want is the strategy and the plan, and they want it to make a difference. Does this make sense, right? So they want the video because of why? Do they want to make more sales? Do they want to promote a new product or service and get more engagement? What is that reason? And we address that by using a think, feel, do method. So we ask our clients, what do you want your audience to think, feel, and do about this business or this video? So let's go into that in a little bit more depth. So with this video that we're going to create for your business, what do we want your audience to think about your business? Well, we want them to think that we create really good video content. We want them to think that we're the best in the market for this and we're a perfect fit for them. Great. What do we want them to feel? And this will change for you as well. So you really need to dive into this in your own time to kind of think about it. But for me, I want them to feel excited when they watch our content. I want them to feel inspired and feel like this looks like a cool company to work with. We should work with them. Because if they're excited, that sales process is going to be so much easier. And then what do I want them to do? Well, when I want them to watch my video, I want them to go and click the link on my website that gets them to email me. For a client's perspective, they might want their audience to click on the link in the description, or they might want them to click on their website and make a purchase or make a phone call or something like that. Now, I'd argue that you can't actually make a good, impactful video for your clients if you don't know that stuff. I mean, you can do what you think is cool, but that's a very dangerous slope to go down because you can easily miss the target and the brief. Now, this part with the strategy and planning is a lot harder if you don't have an ideal customer or an ideal audience or even a client avatar is the term that we generally use. So if you don't know who the ideal client is, how are you going to actually know how to change their think, feel, and do process? So understanding that will really help create the content. But as filmmakers, and I do this all the time, I want to dive straight into the creative stuff because obviously that's what I enjoy doing. And that's the bit that I really get a buzz out of. But it's understanding the importance and where does it fit into the wider marketing strategy. And what I'm going to do now is go back to having a look at how we operate this in a client space and then to think about how you're currently advertising your own business too. So the fact that we really liked this one, it was impactful. It had a video straight away. It showed. We show and we don't tell, compared to something maybe with a lot of text on screen that doesn't maybe provide as much value. Now, remember this inspiration that I brought up earlier. Now, they do have a video on their website. And why is that important? Well, having a video on your website increases your SEO ranking. So I know that we'll be focused on social media content, but if it's going on their website, it will also help their Google ranking. And why? Because Google favors websites that keeps the audience on them for longer. So if you've got 5 production companies, and on this production company, the average time spent on that website is 5 seconds. And this production company, the average time spent on their website is 5 minutes. Then Google is going to rank them at the top because it only wants to show websites to their users that is actually going to deliver value. And that's how they judge that. So you can use that as a sales tool when you're talking to your clients. You can say, well, yeah, it's actually really good for your website to do that. Now, they've obviously included this video, but there's a nicer way of doing it. This makes it look very amateur. It doesn't look like it's kind of custom or fits in with their website. If they had uploaded that to a different website such as Vimeo, they could hide all of that data and just have a play button so it feels like it's more embedded. So that's where the disconnect is on this website as well. This is a great sales tool, by the way, and it has been really impactful for us making sales. It's basically doing an audit for your clients and comparing it to other people. In our free training event, I'll link it below. I'll actually take you through how we do an audit, as well as like generating recurring revenue for our business. But this is a really good strategy to use. Also, now when you sign up for our free training event, you also get some free resources. So we include our sales scripts and email templates so that you can get instant value to use alongside the actual training event itself. So definitely take a look at that if you're looking to grow your business. Now, if we go back to our favorite website and we scroll down, there's still a good amount of text on here. And when you go through, it's very content and video heavy, but there's a nice amount of text. Now, what you don't want to do, and you have to be careful here as well. So if you take a website like this, there's a lot more text on it. Now, you don't want to make yourself look stupid, right? And you're going to do that very quickly if you say to a client, well, look, you've got so much text on your website, we can replace all of that with a video. You have to think, well, that client might have just paid 5 or 6 grand to have some SEO company come in and get them ranking on the first page of Google already by using text SEO. So you need to understand that text SEO on your websites is important. That includes basically keywords. What things would people type into Google to search for you? Maybe it's video production company in and then your location. That would be fair to say. So you want to include that sentence in your website as many times as naturally possible. So, we're a video production company based in XYZ. We do XYZ. Then later on, it's like, if you're looking for a videography business in location, you can see how you can start to naturally bring this up. If you're unsure, go check out ChatGPT or some AI tools. That will certainly help get you at least 90% of the way there when it comes to text-based SEO. And how you can avoid this in a client sense is by asking them, do you currently do anything with your marketing strategy at the moment? What's your overarching marketing campaign? Because then they should give you some insight into that. Yeah, we're doing SEO. Yeah, we're doing paid ads. Yeah, we're doing XYZ. Then you have a better understanding of how you're going to create your video. So now specifically looking at you as a videographer and your business, you understand the importance of the strategy and planning, who is your ideal customer, and then actually creating content that showcases that and makes them inspired through that think, feel, do method. Also, by the way, we charge this as a service. Like, this is an additional. If someone wants us just to come and film something for them, then we'll do that, but we'll always try to guide them into this section, which is the strategy and planning. That then takes it from like a $2,000 video or whatever to then easily a $5,000 to $10,000 video. Now, obviously, when I'm throwing out prices, by the way, I talk to people in my academy all the time about this from different parts of all over the world and how pricing changes. And actually being involved in a community like that is super helpful, because then if you've got someone in the US, they can obviously provide you with guides on price pricing structures. Whereas if I'm in the UK, the rates are different. I know you guys in the US can charge way more than we can in the UK. That's just how it is. But you get the idea. By adding this on, you become so much more valuable. So that obviously helps your revenue in the long term anyway. Marketing is definitely a two-sided thing where the more you understand, the more you can help your clients, which means you get paid more. But the better job you do at marketing your own services, which means you attract more clients anyway. Does it all make sense, right? So I'm going to give you 5 areas that you need to cover in order to create the most impactful marketing strategy possible. Number 1 is understand your client avatar. Who is your ideal client? If you don't have clients at the moment, who do you want that to be? Or just ask your clients some questions as well to understand what kind of things are they into? What kind of things would really get them going about your services? The second is implement the think, feel, do strategy yourself. What do you actually want? So you're not just mindlessly creating content for your channels. What do those people want to see? Do they want to see a track record of your client work and the work that you're actually publishing? Do they want to see behind the scenes? What kind of content will get them to ultimately do something? Whether that's contacting you or commenting or engaging with it. What is that? Where's this content needed? You probably ask your clients this all the time, and if you're not, you definitely should be. So where's it going? Is this content that you're creating for marketing going on your website? Is it going on your social media pages? Is it going on TikTok? Very different audiences based on that. So think about where's the ultimate platform where you're going to actually publish this stuff. Tracking and reporting. If you don't do this, it's all a waste of time. How are you actually going to measure the impact that you're doing? You're going to be in the same situation you're in now, which is I've done some posts and yeah, some people like it. You need to actually go back and see how this content's doing, A/B test this stuff. We do it all the time with our YouTube videos, which is why we ask everyone to leave a comment below, not because it's good for engagement, but we honestly want to know what kind of things would you guys like to see more of, because that helps us shape the type of content we do. I'm here for you. I'm not just here because I'm creating content because I love it. I mean, I do love it and I do enjoy it, but ultimately it has to work. Like it has to be what you guys want. And the only way I'm going to know that is by you guys letting me know in the comments below. It's no different to when you track and report stuff. Look at your Google Analytics on your website. Look at any data you can, even if it's as simple as looking at your Instagram feed. Did this video get more views, more likes than the last one? Or did you actually have any inquiries from it? That's super important. The 5th and last thing to do with this is to remember that it's sales and marketing. If you want to speed up this whole entire process, you need to implement a little bit of the sales stuff as well. So that is either running Facebook and Instagram ads, TikTok ads, that kind of stuff is going to speed this up. You're going to get that data quicker. You're going to get more eyes looking at your business. But it's only going to work if you've done the other bits properly. Otherwise, you're just throwing good money after something that's bad and not working. Alternatively, you can speed up the process by implementing it into your wider sales strategy, which should be email messaging, DMing people, actually going to businesses and saying, hey, this is what we do. Feel free to take a look at our website for more information or to get some ideas, or let's have a chat. Use your social platform and your websites as a portfolio for what it is that you do. It should make them feel something. It should make them think something, and it then should make them do something and take action. I actually sat down with a strategist to find out some more in-depth details about how to better market my production company. This guy went from an absolute broke filmmaker to making tens of thousands, flying around the world selling strategy services. So go and take a look at that video. It's packed full of value. You won't regret it, and you'll be able to take some more ideas home to implement into your business and get more results. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. I hope you're enjoying this content. Until next time, peace.